channel. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. So I am a licensed cosmetologist, in case you guys didn't know, so everything I'm telling you guys is coming from an educated place. I'm not just saying it because, you know, somebody told me it or whatever. So this video is all about Sombre, and I know firsthand about it because I just did it to myself today. So this may be called Sombre. You may have heard of it being called a smudge. Really, there's like a million different terms to it. I just call it like a smudge or like a softer highlighting technique. So basically what it is your stylist is going to go in with highlights. If you hate that harsh outgrowth line that you get when you get highlights, you know, like that was basically what I was struggling with, is I wanted my hair lighter. So I went and I put a bunch of highlights in it and I did it all the way up to my scalp. Now my hair naturally is more of like this color, maybe a shade darker than what I did it. So what happened was my highlights started to grow out. They were like out to here, really bright blonde highlights, and then I had like this really dark root. And it's not even necessarily that my root was so dark, but it's that the blonde that was next to it was so bright and it made this part look dark. So that's something that all blondes hate. Anybody who has highlights, you just hate that line in general. So if you're the type of person who you want something that's low maintenance, you want to keep your lightness throughout your hair, but you don't want that harsh line when it grows out, Sombre is definitely something that I would suggest. So a lot of the things that I hear when it comes to like ombre or balayage or a smudge or anything like that is that it's something that people think looks like it's grown out. Like your hair's just grown out, like it's outgrowth. And if it's done properly, it will not look like that. So I kind of just want to show you guys what I did to mine today. So if you look, the whole point is like you cannot tell where my highlights start and they stop. So basically what your hairstylist is going to do is she's going to go and highlight all of your hair, and then she's going to go use a smudging technique and smudge a darker base color through the top. And it doesn't have to be brown. It can be whatever shade you want it to be, but you know, you can't tell where the highlights start and stop. And that's what makes it look so good and so low maintenance, is because it doesn't look like outgrowth. Like, where's my outgrowth line? You know what I'm saying? So that's what is so amazing about it. And the thing is when you have to go and you get it touched up, if you like that darker root, you can just have your hairstylist take that color that she used before to touch up your outgrowth and to blend your, to smudge it, and she can just touch up this color. So say like my base naturally is a shade darker than this, I think, pretty sure. So basically what I'm gonna do when I go and I touch it back up, because I do that quite frequently because I have a lot of gray hair, so this is also something awesome for people with grays. I'm just gonna take that darker color and just smudge it right there all through my hair. So my clients that complain about, or their husbands really, are the ones who complain about how long their appointments take, and I'm foiling an entire head. So going and doing something, but like every other salon appointment, or something that's just going to make it lower maintenance, so you're not going to have to come back as often, but when you do, it's not going to take as long, is pretty much something that I feel like everybody's looking for. So a lot of the time with balayage, we would take the depth down in here, and that's something you can do with the Sombre as well. I just wanted to keep a lot of my lightness up in this area, so I only smudge the top. You can bring the smudge all the way down here if you want to. So it's similar to balayage in a way. But a lot of my clients that have the balayage, the depth goes all the way down here. So they want that brightness back up here. They're like, it's summertime, I want the brightness, but I don't want that harsh line of demarcation when it starts to grow out. So what can we do? So this is something that's perfect for that, because as you can see, I have the lightness going all the way up to the top, but you can't tell where the line's going to be. So when it grows out, all you're gonna see is my natural color. You're not gonna see this harsh line. So it makes the transition when your outgrowth starts to come in a lot easier. So your first time that you go and you get your smudge done, what's going to happen is if you want lighter pieces, like I like dark and light in my ends. So I don't want the whole bottom lighter, but that's also kind of like an ombre. It's kind of really hard to explain these things to your stylist. So if you feel like you're one of those people that's like, God, I don't know the difference. Like that's what a lot of my clients tell me is, I don't know the difference. I just know that this is what I like. And so they're like, I don't know if you would call it an ombre, a balayage, a smudge, like whatever, I just want this. So, and that's what I tell them, show me a picture. Once I see a picture, I have a better idea, and then I can ask you more questions like, do you want the entire bottom light, or do you still want some depth through there? Because I feel like this type of hairstyle is something that's so chic and it's so modern, but it's something that's going to last you forever. Because when you guys go and you get those like ribbons or bands or stripes or whatever you guys want to call them in your hair, where it's like back-to-back highlights, that's a lot of maintenance, and it, you know, looks real crappy when it starts to grow out. Like I have some of my clients coming into me and like they're flipping their hair every which way, or they're only wearing their hair up, or trying to do certain things to hide that line. And it's like, there's so many different techniques that I could be doing to your guys' hair to make that less noticeable, but I just don't think you guys know about it. Or I think it depends on your area too, because Indiana isn't necessarily like, you know, I have clients that will let their outgrowth grow about 4 or 5 inches. And, you know, honestly, I do appreciate that they're waiting till they can afford it, and instead of going and throwing a box on it, they come and they just wait. But there's things that you guys could be doing that are cheaper than coming and getting a highlight and low light, just to lighten that base so it's like it's not so obvious. And then the next appointment, go and do the highlights and low lights, like the high contrast, all the way to the root, if that's what you want to do. But you need to be open-minded to other techniques to where your hair is going to look good. You're not going to be embarrassed going out having this really dark stripe down the middle of your head. Alright guys, so hopefully that explains to you guys what a smudge is. If you have any like video requests, please make sure to leave them below. Also, I do like to film videos for you guys on my clients showing you how I do these type of techniques. Not necessarily so that you can do it at home, because I am still licensed, and I mean, of course you're welcome to attempt it at home, but it's probably not going to have the same effect. But if you guys would like me to show you how I do this on a client, just so that you have a better idea of what I'll be doing to your hair, or what your hairstylist will be doing to your hair, definitely let me know below. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up for me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Alright guys, so you're done with the one side, now it's time to go to the other side. You're going to do the exact same thing on this side that you did on this side.